All right, we've got a 981 Cayman here. It's gonna be getting the lenses swapped over. You can see how they're breaking down, especially right at the top, because that part of the lens faces the sun, so you got a lot of UV breakdown. It starts chipping away and flaking, and then slowly just kind of spreads to the front. Not only that, you can tell these are just really pitted. And even though the car is not here, I can imagine it really ages the car. And this is on a GT4, so special car, one model year. It's got to look right. So the lenses will restore the performance as well, because you can see how pitted and just inconsistent the top coating is, and that really impacts performance negatively when it comes to lighting performance. These don't have any cracks like we see on the 991 or overall on the Carraras due to the way that they're set up, but they are very worn. So we'll keep you updated. And these will look brand new once we're all done. All right, so here what we're doing is using the ultrasonic cutter to, first of all, safely just cut off the lens. This way we don't have to pry the channel and risk messing up the channel. So it's gonna keep all this nice. This tool is really precise, much better than using a Dremel. And once we're done here, we'll throw it in the oven and take out the pieces of the lens in order to safely extract everything and prepare the channel to reseal. So we'll keep you updated. Thank you. All right, the lens has been cut off the housing. And just to be clear, you don't have to cut the lens off. You can bake this and pry it. It's just that you introduce a lot of pry marks and you risk cracking or bending the back housing. And then you're gonna be stuck with a bunch of mangled parts and possibly a compromised seal depending on how you approach this. So we take the safer route, takes a little bit more work, safely cut off the lens. Now, when we put it back in the oven, we have access to both sides of the channel, not just the outside, but also the inside. And that'll help remove the remainder of the lens cleanly and prepare that for the next step. All right, so as you can see, it's out of the oven. The main housing was removed, and all of the pieces of the lens have been removed. And now you're just stuck with all the cold glue, the permaseal. It is really important that you fully remove the permaseal so you can add a new layer of butyl sealant and get this ready for the new lenses. The remaining pieces of the lens look like this. That's literally just what's inside the channel. They're covered with some sealant. You can tell this does not get squishy and spongy and stringy. It's just a cold glue. Doesn't really react. The heat does help soften it just a little bit so you can remove the lens, but it's tedious work to get the rest of it out, and it is very important to do it right. All right, the housing's in place. You can see that new Diodynamics butyl sealant is fully installed in the channels. And the idea is to get it fully consistent, so that way you have the best possible chance for sealing your lenses properly. And we use a blower to get all the dust out, check everything before it gets resealed, make sure there's no debris or any kind of extra stuff that shouldn't be in there in the lenses, and do our best. And then it'll go back in the oven. All right, the lens swap is now complete. Lights are ready to get packed up, get sent back to Maryland, where they'll go back on this GT4. Obviously, they look brand new because of the new lenses. It's important to get them covered in PPF, make sure they last, make sure they don't get pitted or scratched up. But these lenses fit perfectly. They've got the same color border trim as the originals, which is like a dark gunmetal color. Actually matches the housings perfectly, pretty much. But if you need a service like this, reach out to us directly. Check out the link in the description. We'll get this service on the website so you can read a little bit more about it. And if anything, leave a comment below or reach out to us directly.